Welcome everybody. This is Alejandro, your co-host of Sueno podcast.
And Sergio Molina, your other co-host. So today we have another guest, and we're actually going live on video today too. So we got one of our friends, Lupe Torres, who is also a business owner here in Racine. We met her in Uptown.
Hi.
I don't know who you are.
My name is Guadalupe Torres, and I own Soulene Nail Studio. It's in Mount Pleasant, and it's like a private one-on-one upscale nail studio. Yeah.
So you two originally knew each other, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know we went to middle school together, but I knew Lupe from high school.
Yeah. We kind of ran in the same circles, but we weren't really friends.
Yeah. I feel like everybody though in our grade was like knew of each other type of thing.
Yeah.
And like we were all pretty much cool with each other. So.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
It was alright.
But I think. Go ahead.
No, go.
Go.
No.
I have nothing. I didn't go to school with you guys. So.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know.
I think to this day, like everybody our age kind of knows each other, even if we didn't go to the same high school. I think the middle school is like kind of where it starts.
Yeah.
And then like the frat kids were very close.
Yeah.
And then from frat, like then there was Mitchell, and a bunch of Mitchell people went to like Park, and just very cliquey, but small town.
Yeah, it really is. I still talk to pretty much everybody, like if they're in town, and then like just like people that I've known. For me, it was soccer. That's how I like kind of knew everybody. Mm-hmm. So that's why I don't know. I mean, I know pretty much. I still play with them, most of them, and then I see them around type stuff. So
yeah,
I'm still pretty I still try to communicate with like all the friends I had. So
it'll be fun to go to the 10-year reunion and see what that's like.
Yeah, that's next year.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was
10-year reunion?
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to go our 5-year.
Why?
You weren't allowed.
My baby mama was crazy.
New?
Man, I remember. So yeah, when I found out my 10-year was coming, I started flipping out.
What was that, like 5 years ago?
It was like a midlife crisis I was having. I was like, what have I done in life?
Well,
I don't know.
It could be that, or it could be like, whoa, they lost, all their hair, or oh wow, like they got 6 kids, or different things.
They lost all their hair.
But yeah.
Oh, they're bums. Oh.
Well, you would be like, I have a podcast now. I have a clothing brand.
Yeah.
What about you?
I own a nail studio. I'm like a part-time event planner. Like I've really started to like that. It's my like new passion. It's like, let me organize and host and invite people and plan activities. I really enjoy that.
It's crazy up until for me it's crazy up until the day of the party, and then then it's like, okay, now it was worth it type of thing. So yeah. I like doing that too.
Mm-hmm. Once you're in the thick of it, and you're like, you get to enjoy all your hard work, like the 90s market.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were all there. Even Chino, who's behind the video over here.
That was pretty dope.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, for sure. What's up? You were gonna say something?
No, I was gonna say if you want to start by doing the tarot.
Yeah, sure. So last week we did the Millennial Loteria tarot readings.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Well, last podcast.
Yeah, last podcast.
Well, I think I'm like an amateur card reader, so I'm not like a professional. I don't know everything like with tarot. So like these cards, it'll just be fun to guess whatever and make stuff up.
Yeah, get creative. No, that's one of the things that's really cool about serving you at the drive-thru, and just kind of how like we got to know each other through that. And I feel like every time we talk, when I'm serving you, we're just coming up with ideas. Like we're brainstorming, throwing ideas back and forth, and yeah. I'm
always spitting wisdom through the drive-thru. Pre-espresso and post-espresso.
Yeah, she's not lying.
Alright, who's this one?
El TikTok. Maybe Sergio, like you do a lot of videos.
Oh, yeah.
But almost none of them are on TikTok though.
No, but it's like the same setup of like the Vine feel where you're just like chucking cups at people, or you have Joanna being like, poop. That's like my favorite video ever.
Yeah, that one was hilarious. Joanna's so funny too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's always giving me like little like pieces of like really good like ideas.
Yeah.
Like I have an idea right here, and then she gives me the last like toque.
Yeah, right. You always need somebody like that too.
Yeah. Well, that's why I love talking to people, right?
Yeah.
Like that. Like I've always seen it in my head as like a bunch of little dots, and then talking to people will connect the dot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like y'all are the bridges.
Her and Christina are super fun together.
Yeah.
So fun.
I love our conversations. They are very explicit, but they are very funny.
Agreed. El gender reveal. Is someone having a baby?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We kind of brought it. We kind of talked about it last podcast that I'm my girlfriend's 10 weeks pregnant now.
Oh my gosh, congrats.
Thank you. I'm hoping we find out. I think she said like the end of June. So
Like in 2 more weeks. No, wait.
No, the end of next month.
Okay.
So
End of June, early July.
Yeah, cheers
To
to
your baby.
that.
Thank
It's a whole
thank you.
baby.
Yeah.
That's woo.
So baby.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's a boy, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I already have one girl. I like to consider myself a girl dad, so if it's a girl, or whatever happens. I don't mind.
You'll have to do a gender reveal. You could have it be like he pours like steamed milk into an espresso, and the steamed milk is either like pink or like blue.
Oh,
That'd be
dope.
cool.
Or you like cut up into a burrito.
She kind of wants to stay away from the gender reveal. I don't know.
Okay.
Cause like
Just surprise.
just surprise. I don't know. Not surprise, but like
I'd do surprise. That'd be cool.
yeah. But then like you buy it. What if you?
The dad.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still. We're 10 weeks, so.
We
when
respect the
time
mom's opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
comes. Yeah.
Okay. La notificación. Well, that's like our business accounts, right? Forever
Yeah.
on notification. So
That
and
is
so
true.
followed you. So and so tagged you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Place to everybody. One more. El brunch. I went to brunch today.
Where'd you go?
El Zócalo Food Park.
Oh, nice.
I love
Yeah.
Zócalo's super cool.
Yeah, it was really fun.
What'd you get?
I got an empanada. El Domino with cheese and beans with a really good avocado sauce.
From Anytime?
The arepa place,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
only arepa place.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
love going there.
It
I
was
love
so
that
good.
bananas too.
Those
So
owners are really
good.
cool too.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Yeah, and we had a drink up at the bar and it was delicious. I had a paloma, my favorite.
Nice.
So yeah,
Had you been there before or no? Zócalo?
my first time.
Man, super cool.
Yeah.
Did you see Daniela there? Ruby's?
We went like kind of later. She was already gone.
She's usually gone by like 10:30.
Yeah, she
10:30,
sells out
11.
pretty quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, we made it there at like 12:30.
yeah.
So
I love going there. Every time I go there, I always get something from each place. I have to. It's just everything's so good. I had a sushi burrito from there the other day, like the Madarmaki,
yeah,
with some hot Cheetos in there. I don't know why. I was just like, why not? So good.
Sushi burrito. Damn.
Yeah.
yeah, they're like I saw them like big fat rolls. The empanada was really filling, but
Yeah.
next time I want to have that.
It's like a giant spring roll, pretty much.
Not a well,
So like
similar?
a burrito.
It's
Yeah.
similar. It's a
It is.
burrito. They use the seaweed wrap.
They don't use that rice wrap or whatever.
No, not. Maybe they do on the menu, but like the one that I got was they did the seaweed wrap. What is that? Nigiri? No, I don't know. What it's
I don't
called.
know.
I don't know what it's
Tortilla?
called. Tortilla. But then it was like obviously like the sushi rice, hot Cheetos, the spicy tuna, some other veggies and stuff. So good.
Well, this was great. It applied to like all of us a little bit.
Yeah.
The gender reveal was crazy. I didn't know
That
you
was-
were
yeah, that was
expecting. That's cool.
Maybe we have to do the gender reveal on the podcast. That's what it's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, write that down.
Well, it'll be in a month.
So Lupe, you were saying your family's from a town somewhat close to his family's hometown?
Yeah, so you're from Santa Fe, right?
Yeah.
So I grew up in El Zapotlanejo,
Okay. Yeah.
but my parents are from El Saucillo. And so that's,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Have you been there?
I've never been there. I see the I see it on
the sign
the signs
of the freeway,
Yeah.
interstate, la carretera, whatever.
Right? Like right next to the Crucero, yeah.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
But it's really nice. It's very chill. Like everybody knows each other, and my mom lives like on the main street, so it's like close to everything, and it's really cool. So I grew up in El Zapotlanejo from like 2 to 7 until I moved to the States at the end of, well, when I finished second grade.
Yeah.
And so I came here like in May of 2003.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so I was born in Guadalajara.
Yeah.
And then lived in El Saucillo, and then once my sister finished elementary school, we moved. So I wish she could go to like a better middle school.
Yeah.
And so I'm the youngest out of 8, and
It's a big family.
huge family. And
Are they all here? Or?
So one of my sisters lives in Guadalajara.
Okay.
She just like decided to stay there. Her husband has like a business there.
Oh, okay.
And I have 3 sisters in California. And I have a sister here in Sturtevant, and my brother also lives here. And my mom did have another boy, but he ended up passing as an infant.
Oh,
And he was like 6 years older than me, so I never met him. But then I was the super bonus child.
yeah.
Yeah. There's like a 16-year age difference between the oldest and me, and then the youngest, she's 8 years older than me.
Okay.
And so my mom was almost 50. And then here she's like, oh man, like, I feel like I'm dying. Like, I stopped, getting my period. Out of the nowhere, I'm just like gaining weight. Let me go check what's up. They're like, ma'am, you're like pregnant. She's like, oh, all right, let's do this. And yeah, I was born, and my sisters like loved just dressing me up. I was like their little doll, and like makeup this, makeup that, and like hair, and like painting my nails. So I've always kind of had like an interest in that, and that's probably why I do what I do now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool to be the youngest.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That is. Wow, I never. I can't do that. Like 8 kids.
Oh.
God. I was just thinking 8 kids. Oh my god.
So it would be very interesting. My dad started coming here to the States in the 80s, mid 80s. So like the last 4 kids were all born in the summer, because my dad would go during the winters to visit. And so he would come, bring presents, stay for the holidays, get mom pregnant, and dip. Yeah.
Make a baby and go.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds
That's
about
what you
right.
do. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
So it was interesting not to have him and like my mom take care of all of us by herself. So once we came to the States, it was my mom, my youngest sister, and I, and then everybody else was like much older. So then 2 of my sisters went to California, and my oldest sister was married and had 2 kids, and then she moved later with her family. And then my brother moved out of the house when he was like 15. So he moved out when I was like a year and a half. So we didn't really spend time together as kids. And so he had been in the States the longest. So him and my dad.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then we came and we lived in Union Grove for like 2 years. And at the time, my grandpa passed. So my dad, being the oldest, had to like go back to Mexico. And so like it was for long term. Yeah. So I kind of moved. And so when I moved here, I didn't know any English whatsoever. It was very interesting. And so you take me out like halfway through the year, and I was just starting to learn, and then you take me back to Mexico. It was very confusing, because now I'm like, wait, this is how you say this. They're like, no, that's English. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. What do I do now? And so coming back in 4th grade, and then my parents wanted to buy a house. So when I was in 5th grade in 2005, we bought the house here in Racine, and we've been here ever since. Yeah. So it's very interesting how we went from like teeny tiny Union Grove, and I was used to like such a tiny class. I was the only Hispanic kid there. Yeah. I was like a little alien. They wanted to be my friend, but I was still like the outcast.
Right.
And then coming to Racine, and then just going to like a super diverse school, it was like wild. It was like night and day.
Yeah.
So I love Racine and how diverse it is.
Yeah, I felt like I was like that once I got into McKinley. I got to feel that, because like when I was at Fred, I was in all the bilingual classes, and we always had beef with every other class because they just didn't mess with us. They just didn't like us just because we were different, I guess. I don't know. But once I got to McKinley, I got into the diversity of like just being with everybody else. And then it changed more when I was at Park. That's when it was just like, I just hung out with everybody. It was fun.
At Park, it was different because you did have like the mixed groups of people, and they were like, your classes were very diverse.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if you remember, you would walk the hallways. There was literally Little Mexico, and then there was like it was Little Africa, and that's terrible. And then there was like the music hall where all the geeky kids were. And so like you would walk around the school, and it was just like in Mean Girls. Just like Mean Girls.
Yeah.
I have this, he's pretty much like my little brother. My mom grew up babysitting him. And him and I were just having a conversation recently about high school. Like, he was way younger than us. So he was 4 years younger than my youngest brother. And he was telling us about how messed up like high school was after he reflected back on it. And he's like, I didn't realize how much it messed me up because of how cliquey it is. Like, for whatever reason, that starts happening so much in high school.
Yeah.
And then like, until you get out of that, I feel like you kind of... Some people never leave it though, you know. I feel like that's one of the things I say a lot when I don't understand people or they're too gossipy. I'm like, they just never left high school. Like, what?
Yeah.
You know, you kind of like grow out of it.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird.
I think it's when you start to form your own sense of individuality, and sometimes expressing that can put you as the outcast, and then that's when you start to get bullied, and that's when you start to get the cliques. In middle school, I don't know, I still was trying to just fit in and do what everybody else was doing and go with the trends. And by like sophomore year of high school, I was like, I just don't care. Like, why care? And I just started to be myself, and I didn't really fit in like a specific group because I didn't do theater, I didn't play an instrument, I didn't do sports. I was just kind of like the floater, but I kind of liked that.
Yeah, I was more with the soccer guys, Little Mexico, just because I was
Little Mexico.
Yeah.
And the worst
Los
thing
Norteños,
was,
you call them, right?
Huh?
Los Norteños.
No, that's
a different crew.
That's in Mexico. Sorry.
yeah, Little Mexico was right by the ESL room.
Yeah.
And me, I was never in ESL or anything like that. And I would get it a lot when I was in high school that I wasn't like Mexican enough, like because of my complexion, or that I just didn't hang out with that group. And I'm like, I literally go back to Mexico every summer. I only speak Spanish. Me gustan los frijoles. Like, what do you mean? I'm Mexican.
Right.
I hated that.
Yeah. That's another thing that's something I didn't like about them. It's just judgmental, especially, never mind.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, we won't go there. We won't hurt nobody's feelings. But no, it's just, there's something else. That's why like towards my senior year, I kind of just like, I just didn't give a fuck anymore.
Oh, can you swear on here?
Yeah, go ahead. Fuck, fuckity, fuck.
Oh, shit. Perfect.
Like, let loose.
Say less. Yeah.
But,
So yeah, you said you kind of struggled with like the language thing. Where did you struggle more? Like here or there? Speaking English, Spanish, or both?
So with the language, it was more here because there was no one that did speak Spanish. So it was very, very hard to communicate at first. Like, I remember just getting up and going when I needed to use the restroom because I'm like, I don't know how to ask. Like, pee pee. Like, I just would leave. Eventually, they made up a sign for me, which was like, I would put my middle thumb, like, between my fingers and go like this.
Does that mean I have to poop?
I don't know.
I think that's what it is.
Is it?
It might be. I don't know.
Well,
You're just making shit up.
Maybe I'm making shit up. I don't know.
it came from somewhere because they had it ready to go. They're like, do this. I'm like, okay. So like literally raise my hand and just like go like that. And they're like, okay, you can go. But when I went back to Mexico.
This was third grade?
Third grade. Third grade in the tiniest
Lupe
school. Yeah. And I was so tall. I've always been super tall. So my hand would like go high up. And everybody would just look at me and be like, bye. And I would walk the halls.
Yeah.
And I would get very like lost. I have a terrible sense of direction. So they would have to come and find me. And there was a custodian, her name is Maggie, and she was like, her husband was friends with my dad. So they were from Texas, and she didn't really speak Spanish. But they were like, shh, Maggie, yeah, Hispanic, yeah, help her. So they literally, yeah.
Union Grove?
In Union Grove, North Cape,
so funny.
North Cape school. It was a K through 8,
Yeah.
and it's still a tiny like school, so just very, very, very small. And she didn't know how to speak Spanish, so that was hard because it's like I'm helping you with your Spanish, but you're not helping me with my English.
Yeah.
And then in Mexico, I struggled academically. Because here I was way behind in like math, and over there they were already doing like long division. Yeah. I'm like, what? And then they like explain it to you in a way different way over there than they do here. So and I learned math over there, and I came back here, and they're like, what is this? It works, but what is this? Yeah. But by 5th grade in Racine is where I started to take the MAP testing, and so by that time I had maybe been here about like 2 years on and off. I was already at like a 9th grade reading and writing level in English, so I picked it up very quickly.
Yeah, no, like even nowadays they do stuff so different, like for math and stuff for the kids. Man, I don't know. They do like, I remember, what was it, like a couple years ago, they did like a 4-square, how to do multiplication. I'm like,
everything was taught mental math for me. Yeah. Like you have to do it like mentally, and my parents are the same way. They're like, they can just figure out math with the quickness in their mind. And I remember having an abacus. So it's like, it's like I think.
No. Wait, what?
I believe it comes from China, but in Mexico it was used like very widely. Yeah. And so you have beads, 10 beads, and you have like the different tiers, and it's like the square. And so it's like ones, tens, hundreds, so on and so forth. And so you would move your beads and then count them up later, and then that's how it would help you like do math.
Yeah.
That's probably where the bean counter thing comes from. Math, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, everything was very different over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you go back often or no?
So I was just there last January. It wasn't really like for funsies. It was like to help out. My dad was like really sick at the time over there. And before that, the last time I had gone was in 2019, but I went to Cabo, not to my hometown. And then before that, I went back at least once a year from the age of 10 to 18. So my mom, for summers or any type of break, she would send me off with my sisters. And so whether that would be like going to Mexico or like California, or some summers I would do both. Like I would go for a month in Mexico, fly to California, stay there a month, come back to Mexico, stay there another month, and come back and go to school here. And then for Christmas, when I was younger, my parents have always gone back for the winters. So when I was younger, they would take me, I guess because they had to. And now they just leave me for months, whatever. And so I would stay there with them for like a while. And then at school, they just kind of knew that I would go away to Mexico or California. So then I would just get like my homework and then like do homework when I was out there. So I kind of like taught myself a lot of stuff. And it was like really interesting that I would come back after like being gone for a month and a half, and I was still like on top of it. So it was pretty cool. And so I grew up there, you know, and then coming back here and you're like, oh, I'm not Mexican enough, okay. I was just in a rancho, but yeah, sure.
Right, that's hilarious.
But now.
That's really cool though, like you got to stay like in 3 different places growing up. I'm sure it kind of like broadened your perspective on things and, you know, different cultures and picking things up and stuff.
And in California, my sisters live in different areas. So then it would be like San Jose, which is like more central, and it's very chill, very calm. And then you have like the Bay Area, like the wine country, and that's even more chill, more relaxed. And then like being able to go to San Francisco for like my birthdays and be there in the city, like it was really cool. And then when I would stay in Mexico, my sister loves to travel there too. Yeah. So then I got to explore all over the country, like take cross-country road trips, like to the north and down to like the west, like when you're going back to like Puerto Vallarta. And like the drive there is very scenic, very beautiful. So yeah, I've traveled a lot. Yeah. It's really cool. And
The Puerto Vallarta trip, or like the drive, is insane. It's like what, like 5 hours almost from Guadalajara.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, long time wise, it's not terrible because it's so pretty.
Yeah, right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like we went on a bus. It was like, I don't know, just going through the mountains is kind of scary, but it is really beautiful though.
It's very like it's a quick drop. It's very steep, and it's just like you have to be very careful. Can't imagine a bus.
Dude, the bus was crazy. Nah. On our way back from my cousin's wedding in Vallarta, it broke down.
Oh my god.
Dude, it was like an hour and a half, and it wasn't until like my sister being an engineer as she is, she was like, "Is that cable supposed to be like that?" After 2 hours of just us just kicking it and just, oh my god, I hated every minute of it.
I love that she saved the day though. Like,
Yeah.
excuse me, no, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Dang.
So, like, when you go back to Guatemala, do you guys have like beach towns, resort towns?
Somewhat. So like one of the bigger cities that a lot of people go to is Antigua. So Antigua and Panajachel are probably two of the big places that a lot of people go to. Antigua is like they preserved a lot of like the Spanish colonial architecture. So it's got like a lot of that architecture. There's a lot of like dance, like clubs. There's bars, a lot of really good food. It's kind of down in a valley, so it's like one of the hotter places maybe that I go to, at least in Guatemala, because my family's hometown's kind of like on the outskirts of the volcanoes and mountains, so it's a little bit higher elevation, so it doesn't get super hot. It like stays like 70 to 80s usually. Antigua will, get a lot hotter, like 90s and stuff. And then Panajachel is like probably one of like the most beautiful places in Guatemala. So it's like this lake, pretty like clear waters, and it's all surrounded by volcanoes and like mountains. And then they got a bunch of like little villages that they've preserved, like a lot of indigenous like families, and just like a lot of their art and textures and all that kind of stuff. Like they got some beach towns, but not too much. Like they don't have the nice like pristine beaches, I would say.
Still pretty cool to be able to go and still experience some of that culture.
Yeah, no, I love going. I tell people like, why not go? Like plane trips there are pretty cheap. People are really nice. Like I just love the people there. And yeah, there's a little bit of everything. There's Antigua if you want the nightlife, Panajachel if you want to chill, like beach days. You can still go to the El Mar and get like food, mariscos, all that stuff. They're not going to be like the nicest beaches you've ever gone to, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
And then they got ruins too, the Mayan ruins, which is really cool. And I like climbing like mountains and volcanoes and stuff. They got a lot of that too. Yeah.
I didn't realize Guatemala was so close to Mexico.
Yeah.
Like, it's right there.
It's the border, right?
Yeah, they border each other.
It's just right there.
Yeah.
like, oh, Guatemala. It's
We're like
right
the
there.
stepbrother though. Like Mexicans don't like us. That's what I learned when I went there.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a big beef between the two.
Well, you know why, right?
Why?
Every time I see you, I wave to you. I'm like, I see him. I saw he's leaving Home Depot. I'm pulling up into Culver's. I'm like, oh hey Serge, and then Serge is just like, oh hey, flips me off. I'm like, what the fuck? My girl was just like in shock. She was like, wow, Serge just flipped you off? I was like, yeah, that's what he does,
This is my greeting, dude.
Yeah. You're saying that, whatever.
Is that a Guatemala thing though?
Probably.
Maybe
Nah,
that's why they don't like us.
I don't know.
Nah, there's this, I don't know. I think like I don't know, I guess I used to do that when I first started driving.
What?
Like flip off my friends. Just like, oh, hey.
No, I just flip everybody off in the kitchen. That's like what I was doing for a while.
But we were driving, dude. I was
All right.
just trying to be nice.
All right, my bad. And now I know it hurts your feelings, so I'll stop.
Is the podcast therapy for you guys? Bro
For him, not
therapy.
for me.
No, just,
Like, it really hurt my feelings when you flipped me off. What was that about?
no, it was more of like, Sam was just like, did he just flip you off? And I was like, yeah, he does that. It's all right.
See,
No, but go ahead.
well, I was going to say where I'm from, I've never heard of that rivalry between, like,
Yeah.
Are you guys close to the border there? Or
No.
Maybe.
It's very central.
Yeah.
But so my dad's family, so my mom's family, pretty much everybody except for my grandpa on my dad's side is from Macatenango and have been for like some generations. But my grandpa, my dad's dad, he's from a town called Las Palmas. That's like on the ocean, like on the beach, but it's also really close to the Mexican border.
Yeah.
So I got to go visit that family one time when I was living there for like, it was one of the times I was living there for like 8 to 9 months. Okay. And like I had to keep renewing my visa to stay in Guatemala. So, cause they only give you 3 months to stay there. So the first time I got to go to the city, renew it, but then I had to leave the country. So then my aunt was like, oh, we should go visit your family, like your abuelito's family, and go visit all them. And there's like this funny story that came out of it. So like we had to actually leave the country to like get like a stamp of like that, the visa gets renewed or whatever. But then when we end up going there, and then one of my dad's cousin's husbands is a coyote. I think I was telling you this story maybe.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, I might have told you this story, but so like he ends up telling us, it's not going to be as easy as you think. Like you think you could just go and then come back a few hours later, go visit Mexico, and then come back. He's like, some of those people are assholes and like they want their cut. So he's like, depending on who you get, you might not even be able to come back. And then so my aunt, like she gets super dramatic, and she's like, oh my God, like she's like super dramatic about everything. Oh my God, mi Sergito no lo van a dejar regresar, and all this stuff. Like he's getting over dramatic. We're like, chill out. Like this guy knows what he's doing, right? Yeah. So like he's got like connects and stuff because he smuggles stuff back and forth between the border. El pelón, they call him. El pelón. I don't know, probably drugs, to be honest.
Coffee, bro. Coffee. That's what
yeah, whatever. No filters. But so like he tells us that story. So they had been like talking, I guess like my cousin and him were talking, Tulio, one of my cousins that I'm really close to out there. And I didn't know, but I guess supposedly I was supposed to give the guy a bribe. But they didn't give me the info correctly. Yeah. So like when I'm going to pass and like, I'm showing my passport, the guy's like, and I'm like, what? He's like, where's the money? Like he's asking me, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know. So I like pull the money out and like set it down, and the guy's like, what the fuck? Like he looks at me like, what the hell? Because I was supposed to slide it in the passport, but I don't know any of that shit. Like
you hide it.
Yeah, I've never done that. I don't know.
La mordida.
Yeah, it's great. I didn't know that stuff though. Like no one told me like this is what you got to do. And like my brother always calls me like the innocent boy. Yeah. Because I don't know that shit.
I feel like I kind of be like that. Like I need direction. If you
you need to tell me. Yeah, tell me. Like it can't be like, nobody said anything to me. If El Pelon would have been like, hey, put the money in the passport, when you cross. Like I'm like, all right, I'll do it. But my cousin like retells the story. It's hilarious because they like over dramatize everything. So you guys should have seen. Like said, he walks up to the guy, gives him his passport, and then he like whips out his wallet and slams down the bill.
Then he asks for a receipt.
Yeah, right.
Tax purposes, sir.
Yeah. But no, Mexico was cool though. Like I got to go to Tapachula. Okay. Yeah, the tacos were amazing. Food was really good. Yeah, we bought some stuff there too. So.
Okay. I want to go to the south part of Mexico, like. Yeah. Yucatan, Veracruz, Chiapas.
Chiapas, I heard, is very beautiful.
So is Oaxaca.
Oaxaca, yeah, that's another place I want to go to.
Yeah.
I think it's just more for the food for Oaxaca. But Chiapas, I heard that it's like rainforesty. Mm-hmm. So I kind of want to go there and just see what it's like.
Yeah, go to the jungle, Mexican jungle. Con
the
los
ruins
tigres.
are down there, probably, right? Mm-hmm. That's the northern part of Guatemala too. So like it's all jungle, and then that's where like a lot of the Mayan ruins are. Oh, okay. So I got to go there once too. Super cool.
We should just go to Guatemala. We should go.
Yeah, both. Go to both.
Yeah, I want to go back to Mexico soon and just kind of like explore and I don't know, find out different places. I really want to go to Tulum too.
Yeah.
Very jungly, but very like luxe jungle.
Yeah, that's what I've always said. I've been wanting to go to, like just travel around Mexico and just visit the different states and just try their food. Cause like every state has their own like their own like staple food.
Have you been to other states?
No.
No?
I've only been to Mexico City when I was little. But I was really young. And like my parents were really freaked out because they were like, they could steal you. So hold me. They were like, hold me like this. I'm like, all right.
All right.
Nah, I mean, it wasn't like that. But yeah, no, I've been to Mexico City, but that was when I was a kid. I don't remember much. So
I went there when I was like 14 or 15, and we went al Castillo de Chapultepec.
Okay, what's that?
So it's like a big castle, and there was... So now it's been said that this is like all a lie, but do you remember Los Niños Héroes?
No.
So it's like this story or this like... I guess it was considered history of like 3 kids who like saved this battle. I don't remember who was fighting who, but I think it was a Mexican Revolutionary War.
Okay.
And that they threw themselves from the top floor of the Castillo de Chapultepec and then grabbed the flag and then came down, and they ended up dying in battle, and like they were heroes, los niños héroes, and so there's literally a day for them. And then en el 15 de septiembre, like all the schools do like parades and stuff, and you honor them. Yeah. Now they say that it's like it was all made up, like it was just to bring better like morale to the people and stuff, but that's what that place is. And now it's a giant museum, and it's very beautiful. They have like, because I think that's where the president used to live too, like way back when. And so you go in and it's like so-and-so's like old room and their bed and then the courtyard, and so it's preserved, and you get to go in, and they have beautiful artwork on the like walls and up on the ceilings. Like it's just full of history, and it's high up on a hill, and so you have to hike that, and it's like very like it's cool, but it was just hot. It was very hot, and it was just like dry heat, and so that kind of made it harder, but pretty cool place. We went there for like, my brother-in-law had a business trip, so like it was very quick, like 2 days, and so that was like the one thing we got to do that was fun.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
That's cool.
I wouldn't mind doing that. Nah, hiking? I don't know. Man, that's a lot of walking. Nah, I'm just joking.
Sir, it's a mild walk. You just go.
I'm just there's still a lot in like Jalisco that I still want to do, though. I don't know. I still want to go. I want to go to Arandas. I heard Arandas was pretty nice down there, especially when they have their fiestas. Actually, that's about it. Yeah, because like I've been to Tequila already. I've been to Chapala, Ajiji.
Chapala's so nice.
Yeah, Chapala is like, I don't know. I would definitely go there again for sure.
I went there in 2017, and I drove there.
You drove there?
I drove.
From here?
Oh no. So we were like, I don't know what part of Guadalajara. It was very close to Zapotanejo. So I guess it was like 15 minutes away to Zapotanejo. And then so we drove there. I don't know. It was like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I honestly don't remember. It was all a haze. I was white knuckling it because they don't always have lanes.
Right.
Lane dividers on the roads, and so it's like you just have to go and make your own little lane, make your own little space, and it was so wild.
Yeah, it's scary
crazy.
driving. I drove one day down there this time that I went, and nah, I'm not. I'm good on driving. I'll get Uber.
They just beep at you. They'll cut you off. It's worse than Chicago.
Yeah, in Guadalajara, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good. But Chapala, nah, yeah, that place, I enjoy going there. Just the food, the scenery, everything.
Bless you.
That's where all the Canadians go to retire. Chapala and Ajiji. That's where they all go. Because it's so beautiful, it's so cheap. So they just go there to retire. I would like to go there and retire as well.
Yeah.
You ain't Canadian, bro.
It's okay, I'm Mexican.
Back to your patria.
Yeah, right. I've always said I wanted to go back. We're still like we're in the process of getting our dual citizenship, like all of us. So hopefully we get that soon, and then we could just see what we can do down there to get stuff.
So you've never had a Mexican passport?
No,
Ever?
I was born here.
I didn't know that you couldn't just get one. So it's not like here where if you're the kid of a citizen, then you're automatically?
I think...
You still gotta apply it.
Yeah, you gotta apply.
Really?
I gotta do
apply
mine
to be a
too.
citizen, and then you gotta apply to get your passport. So then, I don't know exactly how. And then there's like this whole thing with like my mom. She changed her name when she came over here, or she changed her name. I don't know exactly how, like what it was, but because her name is different here and there, she has to. We have to fix that down there in Sapo to like, so that way we can get our dual citizenship.
Wow. I never thought about that, like wanting to be a Mexican citizen. Like usually it's the other way around.
No, I mean, I don't know. There's just stuff that you could do down there. I wanna do so.
Yeah, get a driver's license, vote, participate on land. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to take like I said before, I want to take the lands from all of my cousins down there. So just so you guys know, we're all coming for the land.
Game of Thrones.
Nah, it's just a little joke that we say. Like I said before, I don't really care about the whole land thing. That shit's
Right, you keep bringing it up though.
It's because it
sounds like you care.
It's a thing in the Mexican culture. Los terrenos. It's always like that. That's
in Guatemala
everybody
it's the same
fights
too,
about
though.
it.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. I was telling my mom today, don't worry, I'm just gonna give it to all time there. I want to make sure of that.
That's funny.
No, I can't. No, I could care less. I mean, if I could buy land down there, then I'd do that. Like, but.
Do you have terreno out there?
No.
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 Do you want terreno or no?
Not out there. I am kind of like on the boat of the same boat that Alex is on, of like just retiring somewhere part-time, like a resort town. Or I mean, my mom has a house, my dad has a house, and then he has the house my uncle lives in, and then my mom's big family house got split up. And so that's like a portion of that is also hers, and then they've got terrenos. And so I know they've been doing their wills and stuff, and my mom likes to joke because I'm the baby, right?
Yeah.
But I'm
baby gets everything.
Well, no, I'm not getting it, Mom. Like, why are you messing with me?
The baby gets everything, and they get all the hate because you get everything.
You know what? I don't really like. It's not really my jam.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that because I was the baby, I had like more privileges than my siblings when it came to the immigration stuff. I was underage for everything. Yeah. So when my dad became a citizen here, I automatically became a citizen. And so I never thought about that because I have both and I didn't really have to do much for it, but be young. And so I'm thankful for that, and I don't really want anything out there. But if they would like to leave me something, Mom, tu casita, in case you're listening.
All right.
A little greenhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't mind. I mean, it's just a little petty fighting. It's just annoying. That's why I hate it. So like if I were to be able to buy land down there just for like me or for like my kids in the long run, just so they have somewhere to stay, just so they can visit back family and stuff. So that's really why I want it.
Yeah. You can also grow tequila on it. My brother has terrenos that have the agave on it, and so I think they're growing to a point where he can make it tequila. Yeah. He's so excited for that.
Tequila Torres. Torres tequila.
I don't know what he would call it. Probably.
Yeah. Tequila is just doing that. My dad used to do that back in the day, but the cows kept getting into his thing, so he just stopped. Yeah.
Would the cows get drunk?
No.
That'd be fun.
No,
cows.
Because the agave plants, they're they're aloe, and it's sweet, so they would just munch on it. So it's like it takes a process to get to the point of being tequila, and they weren't nearly as big as they should to get to that point. So once he saw that the cows just kept getting in and nobody was helping him take care of it that was supposed to, he just switched to alcohol. He just said whatever.
But there's liquid in there, adentro de la penca, and so they take it out, and then in my family, they mix it with the milk straight from the cow, so it's still warm, and then they like mix it with that from the plant, and they just get fucked up during the middle of their workday. So it's not tequila, but it's still like fermented tea. I could see the cows getting cool with it.
You just see them all tipped over.
Yeah. Under like some shade trees.
Yeah, right. No.
And they say the happy cows come from California. I don't think so.
No? Yeah, no, no, my dad stopped doing that. So my dad grows corn now down there. So he has his own, and then he rents like the other sides, like from his brothers and like other people too. So, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So like corn, coffee, tequila.
Hey, you got it all covered.
Yeah.
Food, coffee, booze. What more do you need?
Nothing.
Baked goods, el pan dulce. Do you guys have pan dulce?
Not too much. They do have like panaderias and stuff, but yeah.
It's not like a whole culture like with us, y las conchas, y los puerquitos.
I would say it is, but yeah, I guess you wouldn't really see it too much out here. Like there's a couple of panaderias in Chicago. We just went to one actually for my mom for Mother's Day.
Oh, okay.
But they don't have like a ton of like variety like that you would see in Guatemala.
Yeah. What's like the most famous one?
Champuradas might be. It's like a cookie. I remember that was like one of my favorite things to do. Like when I would go to like street vendors, just kind of walking around, I'd get like a champurada, the cookie, and then a tostada. Tostadas were my jam. Yeah.
We have champurrado, which is
That's
a
like
drink.
Yeah. Someone was telling me about that because I was like, yeah, I might start serving champuradas. He's like, oh, that shit's so good, like the chocolate or whatever. I'm like, no.
It's like, no, that's not what it is. Champurrado's so good.
Well, like even enchiladas, like enchiladas guatemaltecas are different than your guys's. Like ours are tostadas with like recado de beets, like beets. I forget how you say that in Spanish.
Betabel.
Betabel. Mm-hmm. And then it's got some other stuff too. I think they put like ground beef, cheese, and some other stuff. They're really good, but they're basically tostadas.
Oh. You guys are weird. You guys are weird.
Oh my gosh.
The bullying. I wasn't lying.
The pickled stuff is so good. My boyfriend's mom, they're from Guatemala too, and she was making some for Mother's Day. It was so good with the cauliflower and the cabbage and the like carrots. Yeah. I love pickled stuff, and she makes it a lot. So I'm excited.
What was it?
What?
The food.
Well, we were having it with tacos, but it was what you just said, not curtido, escabeche? Escabeche. Yes, where it's like pickled that's what you were saying, right? Pickled beets. Yeah. So she made one with like carrots and like cauliflower and cabbage and onion. Yeah. It was so good.
Does she make chiles too? That's my favorite.
Chiles
food.
rellenos?
Chiles rellenos.
I already got to try one that she made. They're so good.
Right?
Yes.
They're different than the Mexican one though, right?
What's in it?
We were talking about the differences of them.
That's my favorite food.
Yeah, she made it with steak, filled it with steak. I had never had it like stuffed with meat before. It was so good, and I didn't have it with the sauce. And
sauce?
I was not missing it. It was so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually it's like my mom usually fills it with like ham, cheese, and then like other veggies. But other than that, like
really
just cheese, and then sauce or no sauce, depending on who it is. Because if she puts the salsa on there, it's hot. It's like hot on hot. And then if it's not, then it's just regular.
See, my mom's thing with her chiles is to just make the batter super fluffy. And so it's like a nice thick coating of that on there. And then we only stuff it with cheese. And then the sauce isn't spicy. It's just like a nice like tomato.
Yeah, tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Sweet, like.
Yeah. But then you get lucky or unlucky, it just depends, and you get a really spicy pepper, it's over. You're like, ooh, not expecting that.
But yeah, that's my favorite food in Guatemala, los chiles rellenos. Yeah. Like my aunt, the way they make them there traditionally, at least in Acatenango, it's like ground beef. I think they like mash tomatoes and potatoes, all that together, and then some type of seasoning. And they stuff that inside the chili, and then like you said with the egg batter, and then they got the tomato sauce on top, and then served with rice, which is my favorite.
White rice?
I don't care what rice, dude. I'll eat it all.
Not bad.
I like the black beans with rice.
Oh yeah.
Black beans, I've always said pinto beans are okay, but black beans are so good. So good.
My family eats frijoles güeros.
What is
Güeros?
that? That's like the navy beans, no?
I don't know. They're just like super pale. They bring them back by the sack.
Yeah.
They're smuggling beans across the border. And my mom's like, I'm telling my dad, ponlos in the basement para que no se echen a perder.
Yeah.
Like, it's this whole thing.
That's where we put our beans. In the basement.
In the basement.
Yeah, no, I think they're like, yeah, navy beans. They're like white beans. But
Yeah, I don't know. They're very good though.
Yeah.
They're like more soft and tender, but I like black beans because of the flavor. And they're just, people make them differently.
Oh yeah, I love black beans.
there was one
I can eat
point-
that all day.
One summer, my mom would just, that's all she did was black beans. She did like a rosemary cream sauce with like any piece of steak, whatever. And that's all we ate all summer. So good.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds good. Rosemary cream sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Y la carne asada es buena.
We have it today.
I was just sharing with a customer of mine how like growing up, I had like white friends. So like I remember the first time I had a sleepover at a white friend's house, and their dad was like cooking us breakfast. And I woke up and like the breakfast was served, and I'm like, oh, where are the beans at?
Yeah.
And they're like, beans? What are you talking about? You know, because American breakfast is like eggs, hash browns, bacon.
Yeah.
And that's like when I realized, like, oh, we eat different than y'all.
Yeah. I noticed that when I started going to school, like here when we moved and my mom wanted to pack tacos de frijoles for lunch.
Yeah.
And I would like have my little like bundle of tinfoil filled with tacos, and I'm like, why do you have a PB&J? Like, that's food, that's lunch, like that fills you up. Like,
Yeah.
no. And then I was like, Mom, I think I'm just gonna start having like hot lunch. And then I would just eat whatever the school had because I didn't want to be like looked at.
Yeah.
See, that's fucked up though. Like we should
So
not be
fucked
ashamed of that shit.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid, you know.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know about it.
That, and it wasn't as diverse. And I feel like, okay, can we talk about this? Like with Bad Bunny too, like the Latino culture, it's being appropriated so badly right now. Everybody wants like to be a part of it, but no one wants to like really be in the thick of it.
Yeah.
And so like now it would be cool, like, ooh, beans. Like I want to be her friend. Give me beans, you know?
Dude, I had this guy at work yesterday. He saw like he was on the Ox, and then he saw we had like 2 Latino servers that started yesterday, and he saw them. He looked at them, and he started playing Bad Bunny, and I'm like, come on, bro,
Smooth.
like really, like why, dude? You don't listen to this. He's like, oh yeah, dude, it's on my playlist. I'm like, bro, you're on YouTube. That's not your playlist.
Did it work though?
No, it didn't work. It did not work. I was like, I see what you're doing, but it's not like they're not looking at you, bro. And then he was just like, oh man.
Starts playing Elvis again.
Nah, it was like, what is it? He listens to like Christian rock and rap and stuff, Christian rap.
All right, we respect that.
Yeah, we respect it. I question it, but I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No, but I get what you're saying about appropriation. That's just like the other day for Cinco de Mayo, like my boss was like basically just asking me like, what do you think we should do, this and that. And I'm like, why are you asking me? You're the chef. Like you write the menu. And he was like, oh, I don't know, just Cinco de Mayo, you know? You're the only Mexican I have here. He didn't say that, but in his head, like I know that's what he was saying. And I was just like, okay, well, we could do this and that. So I made pozole. I made chicken pozole. It got mom approved.
Nice.
Got mom approved. And then I made the salsas, stuff like that. But like, I don't know. It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's annoying sometimes, but then you're like, okay, I get it. I don't know.
Sometimes it's nice to be showcased, but I think it's just like a respectful man. Like Latino culture.
And like yourself, like, hey, this is my Latino friend.
Well, I am here. Hi. No, like the culture. Yeah. To be cool, like to be represented. Like Bad Bunny was on the Met Gala. Like, red carpet, or Karol G was like at Coachella with Becky G, and so it's like it's cool to be known and like kind of like respected a little bit now. But
well, even they had Banda MS, and then they had Grupo Firme at Coachella too.
Banda MS.
Yeah, I think this was their second or third time there actually.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
You see that whole parking lot just full of mamalonas, los tacuaches. Oh.
When they played the song they had with Snoop Dogg, it was pretty funny. They brought out like a guy dressed in like a freaking dog mascot with a blunt in his hand, like a fake blunt in his hand. I was like, this is so wrong, but it's so funny.
Yeah. It was super cool that Snoop Dogg did that.
Yeah, no, it was a good song, and then when he came onto it, it was really good. Becky G was on that song too, I think, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's a remix, and they snapped with that song for a whole summer.
I don't listen to banda. My brother and my dad love playing it in the summer at the cookouts. They're just blasting banda.
Yeah.
Los primos or los hermanos. Who are they?
Los carnales.
Yes.
Los carnales.
Oh my God, my brother loves those.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've been actually this weekend was all like I was listening to banda because like I've been listening to Bad Buddy's new album for like a whole week, and I'm like, all right. This weekend I'm gonna give it a break because I'm over here sad when I'm like, I don't know. It was a good album. I don't know.
It's a big roller coaster, that album.
It is.
Emotionally.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Sad. You feel like a whore. You feel
Liddy, El Apagón.
Yeah. Oh, when it changed. Oh my God. The first night I heard it, I grabbed my speaker. As soon as it just changes. So that I grabbed it. I was just dancing all by myself in my room. I was just so lit. And then, then there's like a couple other songs, and then I felt like it ended perfectly with Calladita.
I was like, when that started playing, I was like, wait, did it go to like the radio for the song? Because that's an old song.
But it never was on an album.
Did it need to be?
No, but I mean, hey, why not? But I think like the album itself was just, I loved every single song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to listen to it more. I listened to it to like 2 times, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I like the Mas Camino was my the first song was really good. El Apagón, Ojitos Lindos.
Me Porto Bonito with the guy from Plan B. Mm-hmm. When I started listening to it, I'm like, wait, that's the Plan B guy. Yeah. And then I was like, wait, it's just him. His name is Chencho. Okay, Chencho. Okay. But it's a good song.
Yeah, no, honestly, they're all really good songs.
You seen them live or not?
Together.
No, but you have, right?
No.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I missed out on it, yeah.
What?
Seeing them live. I was asking her if she's seen them live.
Did you go?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. We won't talk about it. There's a festival coming up, El Sueño, just like the podcast. Yeah. Oh, Sueño's festival? Yeah.
What?
They should invite us out.
Where's it at?
They should invite us.
It's in Chicago.
Let's get sponsored.
They do radio stations and stuff like that.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's sign up.
Yeah,
let's just sign up.
Let's look at the camera. Sueño, you can get us.
Yeah, we'll be out there. We'll interview all the artists out there. We'll do it.
Yes, free. Just give us a ticket going.
It's in 2 weeks. You better publish it tonight.
Oh, shit. Dang. All right, yeah. We'll be there.
Are you going to it?
No. My niece is going to go. She's so cool. She's 19. She's like the coolest kid ever. I'm like, I wish I was that cool to go. Sort of Sueño. Like, what? Yeah, no, but I heard about it. It was like really advertised, but I guess it was really hard to get tickets. Like you had to be on a wait list or something.
Yeah.
I found out.
I think I looked at the one that was in. There was one somewhere else. There's like I don't know. Maybe there was.
The Dells? No. The Dells usually hosts like a big.
It's called. That's called Los Dells. That's in like August though.
Okay.
Yeah, or September. It's like what's in September? Labor Day or Memorial Day?
Labor Day, I think.
Labor Day.
Memorial Day is coming up.
Okay, so Labor Day weekend. That's when they do Los Dells. Yeah.
It's
But
festival season.
Los Dels.
my parents went actually. A couple
That's
years ago.
Wisconsin's attempt to be cultural.
Summerfest.
Don't they have a Puerto Rican festival? They have a Puerto Rican festival
In Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not much north, though.
Oh yeah, true. That's true.
Los Dels is the most, probably.
Yeah, but they had a killer lineup. There was one time, the only time I remember is I got into an accident that night, like that Sunday, going into Sunday. And my parents were at Los Dels, and there was like, I think, El Fantasma was there, Maná was there, who else was it? There was just like it was a good lineup.
Mana
Yeah.
is so good.
Yeah,
Fucking love
I love Mana too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could listen to them all day long.
Oh my gosh, imagine going and seeing people like that in Mexico, like Mexican artists in
That'd be
Mexico.
insane, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
I actually wanted to watch, see if Bad Bunny had any days when I was there. Not when I was there, just to see he was there, he was in Guadalajara 2 days, I think. He had 2 days concerts there.
He's Puerto Rican, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Puerto Rican.
Technically American.
Technically American, yeah.
Technically, we're all American. America is a continent.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. I don't know what you're saying, dude. Come on now.
In Spanish, it's estadounidense.
Estadounidense.
And so, like, when I go back and I have my, like, casual Spanish, my brother-in-law always corrects me because I'll be like, los gringos. And he's like, no, estadounidense.
I fucking hate
I'm
when
like,
people do that.
okay.
What, Ringo?
When they just correct you for any little thing.
One that they love to make fun of me for is, te llamo de regreso. No, te llamo para atrás. Because it's like, I'll call you back, but that doesn't make sense.
Right.
It's like, te llamo de regreso. No, te llamo para atrás.
Yeah.
They're like, what? Like, behind? Like, no.
That's funny.
Yeah, my mom laughs at me all the time because I just make shit up in Spanish.
Yeah.
Like I'll just say it and just whatever. It's the way I talk.
My Spanish is surprisingly good because my parents only speak Spanish to me. But then there are those, like, phrases that even they say. And so they just, like, stick. But thankfully, I don't struggle with my Spanish too much. Makes it nice.
I do for it sometimes. My parents, I'll talk to them in English and they'll reply in Spanish. But then, they'll get mad. I'll talk to them in Spanish. I've been doing it more and more. But it's I've noticed, my mom's accent is getting into my daughter. So my daughter's getting the accent now too.
That's kind of cute, though.
It is.
That's cool.
And it's funny. It's funny as all hell, but I enjoy it. She has it. I mean, I've been trying. It's hard because living in two households for her mom not knowing so much Spanish, us, my parents being the ones that mainly speak to her in Spanish. Look at me, I can barely talk English. You want me to teach her Spanish too?
Okay.
But
You could talk. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I feel like there's this thing. There's this thing where I'm I don't know. I feel like I have speech problems sometimes. Some words I pronounce differently. I think it's just maybe I think faster than I speak, and then it just all tangles up. I notice it when I watch these, and I'm just whatever, fuck it, I don't care. But yeah.
No, that was one of the things I was saying too, though. Doing this, I feel like sometimes I can't really talk. I feel like I have to really think about what I want to say,
Yeah.
and doing this will help me get better at communicating. That's all it is.
Yeah.
No, you reminded me of something though that my parents were really happy about. So when I lived in Guatemala for those 8 months was the best I ever spoke Spanish.
Yeah.
It just it clicked. I realized that what was happening, because usually I don't know if this happens to you too. When I speak Spanish, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking, in English we're just going, like you said, you're just going and talking and not even thinking about what you're saying sometimes. When that happened to me in Spanish, it was holy shit, this is happening to me now.
Yeah.
And it was super cool. It was such a breakthrough to me. When I realized it, I was oh, this is awesome. I'm Chapin. I'm Guatemalan.
That's his Facebook. I'm Chapin.
But then, I was talking to my parents one day too, and they're you could tell they were smiling through the phone, and they're you're speaking like a Chapin, the accent. I picked up the accent too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Guadalajara
cool.
is the fresa accent.
Yeah.
I think I have that. O sea, güey, ¿qué onda?
Yeah, I could see that. I can't do that.
I think
I just have the gringo accent.
Gringo.
Yeah.
Pocho, right?
I
Or
think they call it pocho. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Pocho.
pocho. When it's like English, broken Spanish, English.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the Uber driver was telling me.
Sorry.
I like opening up balloons.
I was like, he was like,
Therapy, bro.
He was
Therapy.
like, yeah, he was like, I can understand. I'll give you a 70. I was like, fuck. I was like, that's it.
You like fell asleep to like Spanish
I put
lessons.
my hood up. I'm like, he was like, yeah, there's, I understand you. And then there's some words that I'm just like, what the fuck is he saying? I'm like, oh man, I thought I was doing good.
I think in both languages.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I could be speaking Spanish and I'll think in English. I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? Like in my head. But I'm like, oh, no, man.
I feel like
en
I go
serio.
the other way.
¿Qué estoy diciendo?
But it goes both ways. I feel like I'm very, very bilingual. Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Well, I was telling you, like, I feel like I really like the Spanish language, though. Like, I wish I practiced it more with people. Like, I try to as much as I can.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel like I'm, like, funnier. Like, there's really funny things in Spanish. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's just, like, hilarious. Like, I love the music. Like, I grew up on a lot of Spanish music. So, yeah, I don't know. There's something about the Spanish language. I just
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, and
So
then you
much.
try to recreate the joke, and it's like, I love when you hear a joke and you try to recreate it in English. It's
Yeah.
just like, it's just not that funny.
Well, I told you about this joke. I don't know if I told you.
Which one?
So there's my family was coming to visit, and there's this little kid that my mom used to watch.
Mm-hmm.
He loves to talk. He was born here, but his parents are from Mexico.
Yeah.
So he's bilingual too. And he would, like, at this time, like, he was like 8 years old, and he just loved telling jokes to everybody in English. And then my family was here, so they're like, you can't be telling jokes just in English. You got to tell them jokes in Spanish so they can understand you. So then, like, he told a joke. He's like, why did the chicken cross the road to go see the hot chicks? So then, like, he decided to try to tell it in Spanish.
Yeah.
And he was like, ¿por qué cruzó el pollo ¿Por qué el pollo cruzó la calle? Para ver los pollitos calientes. I don't know, I probably didn't say it right. Anyway.
Go ahead, say it again.
¿Por qué el pollo cruzó la calle?
¿Por qué?
Para ver los pollitos calientes. But like, yeah, I messed it up.
No, you said it right.
But yeah, like, that was like a good example of, like, you can't tell that joke
Right.
in English.
Right.
So, like, anytime, like, we see hot chicks now, my cousin's like, pollitos calientes? ¿Habían pollitos calientes?
That sounds like perros calientes, like hot dogs.
Hot dogs?
Yeah, we say perros calientes. So it kind of sounds like
For like a
burritos.
hot dog?
Yeah.
Or salchicha.
They call them chéveres in Guatemala.
Chévere?
Chéveres.
It's weird.
That is. I mean, it's
do, like-
different.
Yeah, they do like triple chéveres. That was crazy when I saw that.
Triple?
Yeah,
Like
they'll get
3
like a
hot
huge
dogs?
bun, 3 hot dogs in the same bun. That's like a street food you see there. It's crazy.
That seems a little excessive.
Yeah,
like
it is.
3.
It's very excessive.
In Mexico, you'll see them, the bacon wrapped ones or
Yeah.
the regular ones, and then like the Mexican style hot dog with like mayo or sour cream, and then the like mustard and ketchup, and then like tomatoes and onions y chiles en vinagre. So good.
Yeah, they
Pero
do them in
estamos-
Guatemala too. So they do. They call them chucos. But I think like the main thing that they do is like the avocado, like an avocado sauce on it. So it's like a loaded hot dog too. And then I think they add like a skirt steak to it too. And then like aguacate on it. And they
That
call them
sounds good.
chucos.
Chucos.
Yeah, I think
Chucos
a
y
place in
chéveres.
a place in Guatemala, Chicago serves them. And I think there's a town, I don't know where in California, that became like Little Acatenango. And I guess like a guy brought the chuco idea out there and like did a food truck with it too.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so
You should like go move to California and be right next to him with your like Acatenango coffee.
yeah. Hey, I might just do it. Remember I was telling you, I keep telling Christina I might leave.
Yeah.
Once the trailer's built, I'm gone.
Christina and I need like some like notice in advance because where are we gonna get our oat milk lattes from?
I don't know.
Do you know where I had a really good one from? Abrazo.
Abrazo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're downtown.
Really
Yeah.
good. Shout out. But go to Esperanza.
I think I have been in there a couple times.
In Mexico, coffee is like a big thing. I started drinking it when I was very, very little. Like I used to get instant coffee in my baby bottle.
Dang.
In your bottle?
In my baby bottle. Like instead of chocomil, my mom in the mornings be like, ¿Quieres tu leche con café? I'd be like, yeah. Like, correct, baby, you know? Going to kindergarten all hyped. Like, yes.
My aunt would give us coffee at a young age. I don't know if it was decaf or not, but when she would take care of us. Yeah.
Probably wasn't decaf.
Probably was not. You're like thinking back, probably.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, we would do Nescafe, instant coffee.
Yeah.
And then when we would like get to the very bottom of the milk jug, my sisters and I, we would like put the coffee granules in there and then sugar and then like vanilla, because Mexican vanilla is superior.
Oh, that's good.
So it's so cheap. It's so good.
Yeah. And then we would just shake the jug up with the lid and it would turn into like this like foamy, thick, creamy like coffee.
Yeah.
So good. And I moved when I was 7, so I was drinking that like before that. So like, I don't know, 5, 6.
Yeah. I like the coffee, like the orange cap one. The canela one. That one I can just
The Nescafe?
drink. Yeah, Nescafe, the canela one.
Do you guys ever make café de olla?
Yeah.
So
Well,
good.
we used to. Not so much anymore. But,
With the piloncillo.
yeah.
Do you know what that is, piloncillo? Is it like molasses rock?
Yeah.
It's this rock. It's
Yeah.
a sweetener. I think it's molasses, not 100% sure, but we call it, what did I just say?
I don't know.
Someone
what
with a
it's
P.
called, but it's like,
Oh my God.
it's like this, whatever shape. It's like a freaking
Cones.
cone shape. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a crystal down there. But yeah, no.
Piloncillo.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
But it's so good.
Yeah, I used to. I still like. I would get the. Well, now actually, I still have your bag. You know what I do with your bag? I just smell it.
The coffee bag?
I don't know what it is. I just love the smell. Like I love the smell of coffee. Like I can't drink it every day, but I just like I'll open like if it wasn't yours, like I get the Nescafe and I just smell it and just be like,
For the holiday time where you guys were like closed for a long time and I was like in hibernation mode, I bought a bag before like the holidays and I would make it with my parents. And my mom like opened up the bag and she was like, in Spanish, she's like, con este café, like with this coffee, I don't even have to brew it, I just have to smell it.
Yeah.
And she was like face deep in the bag. It smells really good. It's very fragrant.
When we were at the branch and he would like grind it up and put it in bags, that was just like my favorite time of the day. Because I don't know what it is. It's just the smell of it is just it's so good.
I get that a lot at the markets too.
Yeah.
People will walk by and be like, I don't drink coffee, but it smells so good.
Yeah, it does. I don't know what it is.
It's like a cool way too. Like I'll just start talking to them.
Yeah.
Just have a good conversation.
Yeah. You know how Jimmy John's lists free smells?
Oh yeah.
Oh, free smells here now.
Huele aquí. You just put the nose like, come here.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Like, what is this guy selling?
Oh, hey.
I don't know. That's where my mind went. All right.
All right.
You call me a drug dealer. They're like, where are you getting your money from?
You're the one who does like the coffee dealer.
Yeah,
like,
I lean
videos.
into it.
Oh man.
Well,
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess one question I was going to ask then is, so you think you'd like just retire here?
No, yes and no. I don't think I see myself in Racine like long term. I really want to move to the West Coast.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'll be out there too.
You know, it's just so beautiful. The vibes are so
Trailer.
different.
It's not humid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind humidity.
I fucking hate it.
dry heat can sometimes be worse.
Yeah, that's true.
But I do love racine. Like, I call myself like a racinian because, like, como la India Maria, no soy de aquí ni de allá.
Yeah.
Like, I came here very young, and I
Right.
did go back a lot, but like my life is here, and I don't see myself going through a drive-through in the middle of El Saucillo to get my oat milk latte, you know?
Yeah.
And like, that's something that I need in my life. I need the city.
Yeah.
So I think living bi-coastal, like California, and then out here, like, dare I say, for winter, like I kind of like it sometimes. I wouldn't live here the whole winter. And then definitely having like a place in Mexico, or I don't know, like whoever I end up with, you know, if it's like a different country, like that would be really cool, or like a different place. I just kind of want to live all over, and then like have my kids visit me, or like share different cultures with them. Like I just, yeah. So not really like a certain place, but kind of like a vibe and energy, and I'm all about the vibes.
Yeah. No, and that's cool about like being your own business owner too, right? Like you can move it wherever you want.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't see myself like taking clients the rest of my life either. Like I definitely want to look at other like ways to like grow my business or grow into different avenues, such as party planning, or event organizing, or just promoting. I don't know, like just different things, because it's very draining, like physically and emotionally, to like I love all my clients, they're amazing. But
watch out.
it can just be like a lot at times when
Right.
like I already have so much going on in my head, and then having to talk to someone for like 10 hours, not someone, but like different people for like 10 hours a day.
Right.
It can just sometimes be taxing, and so I want to kind of like stray away from that. But I don't know whether it's like continuing that brand, or building a salon and growing it and just managing it, or something else. But it is nice that I have freedom to do anything and everything. It's very like liberating. It's the best decision I ever made for starting my business.
Congrats.
And it came from the pandemic.
Nice.
Yeah. Like after we came back from the shutdown at the salon I used to work at, it just was not the same at all. And one of my friends that worked there, she connected with the landlord of Sola, Roberta. And she was like, hey, like, this is what I'm doing. What do you think? And I was like, not really ready for it. Like, it's scary. Like, And then, like, a week or so went by, and things at the salon were not getting better at all. So I was like, yo, what's that lady's number again? And it was like, I don't know, like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. And it was after a long day at work. It was very, like, a lot. And so I didn't expect her to pick up. I was just going to leave a voicemail, right? And when she picked up, I, like, almost cried. Like, it had been such an emotional day. I was like, you are my line of hope. Like, you're my lifeline. Like, please help me. And then, like, I started to tour the Kenosha location. And then I signed, like, my paperwork in, like, September, like, end of August, beginning of September of 2020. And then we didn't end up opening until March of 2021. So I had, like, a long time to prep and everything like that. And it was just like amazing. Like there was a lot of uncertainty. I would call up the landlord and be like, what if we get shut down? What if I can't work? What if this? What if that? And she literally would just be like, just breathe, relax. Everything's gonna be fine. We're all in this together.
Right.
Like it's gonna be okay. And it's just been amazing. Like I've really grown my business in the last year, and I don't know, super cool. And then like networking, meeting new people, like getting to do things like this or events, or I just really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like
Killing it.
at the drive-through the other day, they were doing at the branch some piece like the for S.C. Johnson or something, and I told you, I was like, "Ooh, my life is so interesting. Like I get to do all these different things, and like the weirdest things always happen to me. Like it's just once you put yourself out there for that energy, and it just comes to you, it's the best feeling ever. Yeah.
That's dope. So you just celebrated your 1 year then, huh?
Yeah, we had a big dinner at the Hobnob that they hosted for us. It was like the best night ever, and it was like really cool. And then I got myself flowers, took myself out to dinner. It was wonderful. And just waiting for the next milestone, like the second year. But just even like the small milestones, like looking at this time last year, how much I'm making this year, or how many clients I have this year compared to like when I first started. Like I've quadrupled my clientele, and it's just like crazy to think that like I'm really out here doing this by myself. It's just me. Like I'm the receptionist, I'm the worker, I'm the like marketing, everything. Like just me.
Yeah.
But it's fun, and I enjoy being creative and like just putting it all into like the business and controlling everything. It's my favorite part.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Do you guys feel similarly about your businesses?
We just hit 3 years. It was funny. I saw it on my memories, and my friend James from South Milwaukee, from Moransville, he just sent me the picture of like the pictures we took when we did our first event, and we just hit 3 years. Oh God, it's too long. No, I'm just joking. Well, it's different. It's different because I love working with like my family. I love working with everybody for the most part, but it is draining sometimes, and it is hard, especially since everything's been going up in price and all that. I enjoy it, but at the same time, I think this year, like us taking a little break of just like selling food, other than like last year, like when we were doing the branch every day, it's like I saw the difference of like how pop up and then how it is if we were to be actually open all these days during the week, and it is hard, but yeah, like I said, this year, we're just gonna take a break and see what this year holds for us. We got caterings, we got pop-ups at the beer garden, but I enjoy it, but I think I need to just do it. No, I'm not gonna say. But yeah, no, it's. I love it. I love doing what I'm doing, and I love that I get to do stuff like this, especially and then meeting new people, interviewing like you, and then we had like Chino, obviously, and Marco, and just like meeting new people. That's like my favorite part of it. Like people that have that same drive, people that have that same energy to continue to grow, not just their business but themselves. You know, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's the same, like, to what you were saying with, like, the energy you give out is what you get back. So, like, when I first started, I realized, like, I was trying to do a lot of things alone, and it was just, like, very, very lonely at the beginning. Like, you're, like, naked and afraid is what I always say. I was like, oh, my God, what am I doing out here? But then you start meeting people and just, like, really leaning on, like, people that are your friends already. So, like, that's the cool thing about being a business owner. I can work with whoever I want. If we work and then we don't get along, then it's like, peace, I don't need to work with you. So yeah, like that kind of like freedom of like, developing these relationships that you want to build. And that energy, right? Like if people I'm not about gossip and stuff. So like if someone's like really sapping my energy from me, all right, you're out,
Energy vampire.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, it's been fun. And kind of like what you said, like things just kind of randomly start falling in line when you allow it,
Yeah. You have to be open, and timing is everything, and it doesn't always seem like it's working in your favor, but then you overcome whatever challenges and obstacles, and then you do get to like an end point, and you're like, oh, it didn't work out because this needed to work out like this.
Yeah.
Just being grateful. I like to have like 3 things every day that I'm grateful for, even if it's just like the tiniest things. It reminds me to be grateful that there's so many good things that are happening, and in a world where maybe not a lot of other good things are happening around us, it's good to like focus on that. And like, I don't know, I don't believe in luck, but it's almost like a lucky feeling, like, okay, I got this far.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. And for me, the whole thing is just like creating. I feel like if you do that, like more will come back, like it's just one of those things where, we're creating like this podcast, like you with your brand, you inspired me to start my brand and like really push my brand and shirts and stuff. And just like with yourself too, like we're always brainstorming. So just like surrounding myself with people that have that energy, that's gonna like feed me to kind of like, give out more too, and hopefully inspire more, and, kind of it's back and forth, you know, win-wins.
What's your taquero gang thing about? So like it's a brand, but is it like a cult? What is it?
No, but I don't know. I mean, it's just like I don't know. It's just something I want to do, like my own thing, you know. Cause like obviously La Taquiza was like mine and my sister's, but like I was just wanted to just, you know, like at the time I was hanging out with my cousin Willie a lot, and you know I just wanted to create a brand that kind of suit what like I'm doing. So El Taquero just came about, and then I had the idea in my head for a while, and then me and Willie talked about it. So we made up the brand, and now it's just every couple of months I just bring out new shirts and stuff.
So it's like dope merch, and the brand name is El Taquero, Taquero Gang.
Yeah.
And so is it targeted to other taqueros, or is it like?
Well, I guess I don't really have a target.
Okay.
So anybody who loves tacos. So
It's just like I mean anybody that loves cooking. Really.
Do you ever think about putting like aprons and Taquero Gang?
I wanted to get aprons, but something happened with like I ordered aprons and it never came to my house and they just never showed up. So I got my money back, and then I was just like I just scratched the idea.
Because that would be so cool. Like, imagine going around all the different taco truck, like, fests or, like, whatever. And then
everybody have your apron.
Yeah, and then so you start, like, this influencer program where it's like, hey, upload it. Like, you're out here doing your thing in your truck, but, like, you're repping a Taquero Gang. Like, you could totally start that.
I could. I wanted to do that. I actually wanted to start doing that. And we were talking about that, like, doing it in Mexico when I went. And I wanted to. My shirts were just got done before then, and then like I didn't have enough shirts to take over there. That, and I didn't have enough room because I had my luggage. But I do want to. That's like I want to do like interviews, interview like taqueros, and then just like, hey, you know, you want a shirt? This is what I do. You know, just explain to them what I do, and then just go from there. But that's like, I'm hoping to start that maybe in the summer, just because, like I said, we're going to be taking a little break. We're going to be doing stuff, but not as much as last year, the year before. So I think that's what my plan is. That's why I've been kind of like growing like my TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. I've been trying to grow that more. So that way, when I do drop it, it'll, you know, get that traction and then keep going up. I hope. I want to like build the brand so it can be not just in Racine, but just like start out Racine, then go out national, and then who knows?
Global brand.
Yeah.
And Taquero, Germany, Deutschland. No, I ask because like taqueros, it's such like a distinct culture, and there's such a prominent figure in like Mexican society where you just like go get tacos con el taquero, and like there's your local one that you always like to go to, and then you're like, oh man, your wife's having another baby, like that's awesome, like just now, like so that's why I asked, because I'm like, is it targeted to taqueros?
I guess I never really thought about it, but you know,
That'd be cool.
maybe I should start going to every restaurant. Hey, just hand out shirts. I ain't got money like that. Once I get money like that, I'll hand out shirts.
Nah, you gotta start when you have nothing, dude.
Handing out free stuff.
Yeah, why not?
That's something in my industry that's taught to us. Like sometimes you have to give away free services in order to get that one client. Like you just never know.
I did that for the past 3 years.
Don't be afraid, dude. Just lose it all.
You gonna pay my rent?
No, hell no.
Alright, there we go. Nah, I'm just joking. I mean, yeah, probably once maybe, like I said, hopefully this year, I'll probably start doing that.
Dope.
Nah, you will.
Okay, I will.
You
I
have
will
to.
start doing that.
Change the way you talk. You say you want to talk better. I'm trying to teach you.
You're right. We're hitting at an hour 28 now.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to tell the people? Like what
events
you're
you got coming up, things you want to do.
Yes, I'm hosting a game night on July 15th at Social on 6th. It's Social on 6th. It's a micro venue, and it's really dope. So Joan, she's so good at like decorating and setting the tone. She just did like a really nice Mother's Day tea there. It's a beautiful venue. And so we're gonna do game night, and one of the games that we're playing is Loteria.
Oh yeah.
Not the Millennial one, but like the regular one.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool, again, to incorporate my culture, my like ethnicity into that. Even if it's like sipping wine, like they're still like, you know, playing with their beans.
Right.
So that's July 15th, and tickets are on sale on Eventbrite. And other than that, you can book services with me on my booking site, SouleneNailStudio.glossgenius.com. And yeah, I don't know, I'm just cool. Catch me at like your nearest local event. I'm there.
Yeah. No, we appreciate you being on.
Yeah,
Thank you.
for sure.
Thank you.
Cool to be the first guest on the video.
Yeah.
First video.
What up?
Shout out to Chino for making this happen. All right, guys. Thanks for listening in. This has been El Sueno Podcast. We'll catch you next week.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye.